The story of Abraham Lincoln, from a log cabin to the White House. Once upon a time, in the cold winter of 1809, a baby was born in a small log cabin in Kentucky. His name was Abraham Lincoln. He did not come from a rich family. His parents were poor farmers who worked hard just to survive. They didn't have books, money, or even proper shoes most of the time. But they had something special, a belief in honesty, kindness, and hard work. When Abraham was just a child, life was not easy. His family often moved from place to place, looking for better land and opportunities. They built small wooden houses with their own hands. Sometimes, the roof leaked and the wind entered through the cracks. But young Abraham never complained. He was curious about the world and wanted to learn everything. There was only one problem. There were almost no schools nearby. So, how did Abraham learn? He borrowed books from neighbors. He read by the light of the fireplace late at night, even when everyone else was asleep. He loved books more than anything. His favorite one was The Life of George Washington, the story of another great leader. From that moment, Abraham dreamed of doing something great for his country. As a teenager, Abraham was tall and strong. He worked hard on the farm, cut wood, and helped his father. But inside, he wanted more than just farming. He wanted knowledge and purpose. When he turned 21, he decided to leave home and find his own path. He worked as a store clerk, a postman, and even a rail splitter, cutting wood for fences. People in his town liked him because he was honest. They called him Honest Abe. Abraham loved to tell stories. He was funny, kind, and very smart. Soon, people began to notice his way with words. He could speak clearly, from the heart, and make everyone listen. That's when he started thinking about law. He studied every book he could find about legal cases and the U.S. Constitution, all by himself. After years of hard work, he became a lawyer. As a lawyer, Lincoln didn't just fight for money, he fought for justice. He helped poor farmers, workers, and people who had no one to defend them. He believed that everyone deserved a fair chance. His honesty and kindness made people trust him even more. In 1834, Abraham Lincoln was elected to the Illinois state legislature. He was now a politician, but a very different kind of politician. He didn't make empty promises. He spoke the truth, even when it was hard to hear. He once said, "I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true." But the biggest challenge of his life was still ahead. In 1860, the United States was divided. The northern states wanted to end slavery, but the southern states wanted to keep it. Tensions were rising, and the country was close to breaking apart. That year, Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th President of the United States. For the first time, a man born in a small cabin was sitting in the White House. It was an incredible moment, but also a dangerous one. Many people hated him because he wanted freedom for all. Soon after he became president, the Civil War began, the most painful war in American history. Brother fought against brother. Cities burned, and thousands of people died. Lincoln's heart was heavy with sadness. He didn't want war, he wanted peace. But he knew he had to protect the Union to keep the country together. During the darkest days, he often worked late into the night, reading letters from soldiers and their families. He felt their pain deeply. He visited hospitals, spoke with wounded men, and promised to make their sacrifices mean something. In 1863, Lincoln made one of the most powerful decisions in history. He signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all slaves were free. This was a turning point. Many people celebrated. Others were angry. But Lincoln believed it was the right thing to do. He once said, "If slavery is not wrong, nothing is wrong." 2 years later, in 1865, the war finally ended. The Union was saved, and freedom had triumphed. Lincoln became a hero not just for America, but for the whole world. People called him the Great Emancipator. But only a few days after the war ended, tragedy struck. On April 14, 1865, while watching a play at Ford's Theater, Lincoln was shot by an assassin. The next morning he died. The whole nation cried. Men, women, and children lined the streets, holding candles, whispering his name. He had given everything, even his life, for freedom and unity. Today, Abraham Lincoln's story continues to inspire millions. From a poor boy in a wooden cabin to one of the greatest leaders in history, his journey teaches us that no dream is too big. He once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." And that's exactly what he did. Abraham Lincoln reminds us that real strength doesn't come from power or money. It comes from honesty, kindness, and the courage to do what's right even when it's hard. And that is the story of Abraham Lincoln, the man who changed a nation and proved that even from the humblest beginnings, greatness can rise.